What's up, YouTube? I'm Mike, and today I'm making a reaction video to a reaction video. Grug on my Discord, one of our moderators, posted this video by Todd Lee. It's called Texas Pro Recap. I'm going to link the video in my channel, in my description, so that you can go watch his video. I do that for two reasons. One, because he should get some views. Like, I'm happy to help other people get views. He doesn't need any of my views, but I would love it if somebody did me the favor in return. So for one, I want you to go watch his video, and two, I'm too lazy to cut it into mine. So it works both ways. But basically, this is Todd is sitting on in a chair talking about, like, recapping his performance at the Texas Pro recently, where apparently he placed 17th out of 18 competitors. Watching this video is a sobering experience. You can tell his demeanor is very clear. At one point he says, I apologize for this seeming like a funeral and what should be otherwise a happy day. But man, it definitely makes you feel for him. And I think that that's one of the things that people like about Todd in general. It's one of the compliments I get on a regular basis, is that we don't bullshit our audience. Like, if I'm having a bad day, I'm not gonna pretend like I'm having a good day. If I'm having a good day, I'm not gonna just intentionally fucking destroy it to make a trend rant video just because that gets the most number of views. You know, he's talking at length about his experience with his most recent competition, the things that he thinks went wrong, what went right. The scariest thing in the entire video is when he mentions that I guess I think I have this right, like post-show he kind of let go a little bit and started eating a lot, and that his blood sugar was 500 at one point and was not responding to insulin, and it got up to 600 and is still barely responding to insulin. Holy shit. I can't even imagine that. I have the direct opposite problem. Since I first started using Trenbolone, I have massive, horrific blood sugar crashes. In fact, in the last 4 days that I've been on ACE, I've been having them multiple times a day. I was talking to my boss the other day and started feeling winded and did a blood sugar check in the middle of my conversation, and it had just walking around the house, my blood sugar dropped to 57. So Todd is struggling with super high blood sugar, which obviously, if left unchecked, could cause a lot of problems. Eventually diabetic neuropathy, I would suspect. And, obviously this is like way down the road. It's not from a single, I'm sure he doesn't maintain these levels of blood sugar, but it's scary. I don't know why he would be experiencing that. He feels like, he said in the video, he felt like that it wasn't due to his body's inability to produce insulin, that his muscles are just totally saturated. One of the things that's so rough to watch in this video is the degree to which he's beating himself up over not coming in the ideal condition for this show. I assume that this was I think that he's competing in Masters. I think he says that at one point in the video. I honestly, personally, just kind of wish the Masters division would go away. I think that it just opens the door for guys who are really already, in my opinion, this is my opinion, too old to be competing, to continue to have a platform to stress or strain their bodies unnecessarily. And I just don't think the return on investment is there. The same thing is happening with Mike Israetel. He's still desperately trying to win his pro card at the Masters level, and failing in doing that, and putting his body through exceptional strain and really putting his life on the line. That's one of the biggest things, that the reason that I don't compete, and I have been and maintained my status as a lifestyle bodybuilder, is in part due to the fact that I think that the thing that is most dangerous about bodybuilding is competitions. What you have to put your body through in order to get into stage readiness is extreme, between the diuretics and the low calorie days, and the shredding massive amounts of body fat, crashing your estrogen in the toilet, all of the things these guys have to go through to get on stage. And I honestly, personally don't know how they do it. I mean, he talks about in this video, he brings the point home that it's like, you can look like perfect the day before the show, or maybe even 4 hours before you go on stage, but if things are not timed perfectly right, then you step on stage and you're carrying a film of water, or your conditioning just looks off. And so it seems just like a massively unfair situation. I cannot imagine the psychological toll that it must take on a body and a mind to spend 16 weeks or greater. You know, like he said, like he was fighting food cravings. He was struggling with cheat meals. All of the things that he went through psychologically trying to get into this condition. And then you get to a point where you feel like you nailed it, but it's not quite the right time. You're not ready to step on stage yet. And then you get on stage and things don't come together the way that you intended through all of these crazy variables. And then, you know, he's sitting here on the couch basically saying, I failed. And I just think it's catastrophic to watch. I think that of all of the sports in the world that you could compete in, nobody who steps onto the stage of a bodybuilding competition failed. Like, you succeeded the second that you walked onto that stage, because everything that you did for the 16 or 20 weeks prior to get to that place is not honestly reflected in that single solitary moment that you're standing in front of the lights and the camera and the judges or the audience. There's so many variables. It seems to me, and maybe this is just the attitude of a person who's never competed, that the win condition is just getting there at all. And I just think that I just can't. I don't know. Like I said, people have pushed me for years to try to compete. I feel like the only, you know, I'm 5'10", 213 now. I don't think I would have a huge amount to lose to get into stage conditioning. I don't know if somebody's competed. You can look at my last progress video. Tell me how much weight you think I would still have to lose to be able to step on stage. Losing weight is very, very easy for me, but it just, what do I stand to gain? That's the question. I mean, Dr. Todd Lee here is already an IFBB pro, and that has not catapulted him to, you know, Greg Doucette fame. You know, then you've got Mike Israetel, who's not an IFBB pro, and he's one of the most popular bodybuilders, you know, social media bodybuilders. So obviously having a pro card does not equate to social media fame. And since there's clearly no money in it, I just don't know what continues to be the motivating factor for guys like Todd to continue to try to put their bodies through this when you can see the psychological toll that it has on them. I can't imagine how it's worth it. But then again, I mean, you know, a lot of people who don't have my size are constantly in my comments like, bro, you know, you were plenty big at 190. Why did you feel the need to push it? You know, like, I'm basically as small as I feel comfortable, or as big as as small as I feel comfortable being. Like, I would not want to lose anything beyond, I hope I never go below 210 again. I'm sure if I live long enough, eventually I will. I finally achieved a condition that I feel comfortable in my own skin with. And there are a lot of risks and dangers that I'm willing, sacrifices that I'm willing to make to maintain this level of muscularity. I will admit I have lost some of the desire to get any bigger. I feel like gaining another 5 or 10 pounds of muscle is not, you know, I already get all of the reactions and all of the attention that I want. I don't think another 5 or 10 pounds of muscle is going to make me a more famous YouTuber. I honestly don't believe that if Todd Lee had stepped on the stage and he'd had the most amazing physique on the entire stage and he'd blotted out the entire competition and he'd taken home first place, I really honestly don't think that it would have changed his life that much to the positive to have been worth everything he just put his body through. I don't think it's going to exponentially increase his standard of living or his YouTube presence or whatever. So obviously, on some level, he's competing for himself, and I would never take anything away from somebody who is just trying to pursue their own goals. I would love to see guys like him change their goals. I wish that he would stop competing and stop putting his body and his mind under these levels of stress, and just focus on imparting all of the wisdom that he's gained over the years into helping the newer generation of bodybuilders come up. That's in some small way what I've been trying to do on my channel, is just create information for that 20-year-old kid, 25-year-old kid in the gym who's too scared to walk up to somebody and ask for a source. I've tried to help people. I've tried to help turn people onto safe products that are not going to waste their money and cause them injury. I've tried to be a voice for people who are middle-aged or getting into life where TRT can become a real game changer. Guys that maybe are already on TRT, they want to take the next level. They want to be a lifestyle bodybuilder, or they want to just enhance their quality of life a little bit. My goal has never been to go win bodybuilding shows. It's been to pass on the knowledge that I have so that I can help other people around me have better quality of life. I think Todd Lee is already doing that on his channel. And personally, if it was me, again, I'm not telling him what he should do. He's a grown fucking man. He can do whatever he wants. I would love to see him change his focus to something more along the lines of just helping the next generation and throw in the towel as far as the competitions go. Not because I don't think that he could go out and like he said, he may compete on September 1st or 4th or 7th. There's all these shows coming up, and he may choose to compete in one, and if he does, then I hope he fucking kills it. I hope he absolutely gets all of the results that he wants, and that he's able to feel good about his performance or the package that he brought to the stage. I just hope that in the near future, his metrics for success change, and maybe the stage is just not the best place for his talents. I don't think it's the best place for anybody's talents when you get to I don't know how old he is. I don't know if he's my age. I'm almost 43. I'm almost 44. Could I go step on stage? Yes. Do I think that there is any reasonable, logical return on investment for me putting my body through all of that? No. When he talks about how he used to believe that orals had a place, basically during a competition prep, once you've taken all the injectables out, the orals go in, and you see him sort of beating himself up, coming up with all different kinds of reasons where, was it the cheat meals, was it the orals, was it this, was it that led to his finish that he was unhappy with. Honestly, if you ask me, and again, I absolutely know nothing about competing, I think it's age. That's what I think. I think it's just age. I think he's getting to the point where his body does not want to do this anymore. Mike Israetel's body clearly does not want to continue doing this. More and more things start to go wrong. You see it with Todd's blood sugar. You see it with a myriad of side effects and symptoms that Israetel is experiencing. At some point, the return on investment is just not there, and the damage that you're doing is just, I don't think it's worth it. And I hope that he will reconsider that and put his efforts elsewhere. But again, like I said, who the hell am I to tell anybody what to do? I wish him the best of luck in whatever he does. And that's it. So I just want to come on here real quick and make an update video, just a little content. I produced a video about my Tren A cycle that still has not been approved. Hopefully this one will get through so you guys can have some content coming out of me this weekend before I have to get back to the daily grind tomorrow. I don't know what the future holds for this channel. To be quite honest, I feel like I might need a break. I'm kind of running out of energy to just continue talking about cycles and roids, and so you may start seeing a different kind of content out of me, or maybe no content at all. I really don't know. I've had my own depressing scenario watching, my views and total revenues on YouTube just go in the toilet since I stopped producing daily content, and it's just kind of taking the wind out of my sails. And so it's like Todd saying in his video, like, I'm not sitting here trying to have a funeral feel on what should otherwise be a good day. But it kind of feels that way. And I have a lot of respect for him for being honest about how he was feeling and not sugarcoating it or trying to fake it. Because I think that single personality trait seems to be what carries the day in the YouTube community. What all of you guys seem to love is the open, raw honesty. So if you haven't seen Todd's video, I will link it in the description. Please go check it out. Give them all the love and support you can. And as always, thank you for watching. We'll see you on the next one.